We are live, back in effect. What's going on, YouTube family? What's going on, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you viewing this content from? This is Leveraging Your L's. My name is Rafaniel, aka Stamper, the man of many names. We have my wonderful, lovely co-host, Tierra Bryant, the efficient. How you doing today, T?
I'm actually doing pretty good. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. I can't complain at all. 4 signings. Had to get 4 orders filled. Those are always fun, trying to get those appointments filled. So we got signings in, let's see, Long Beach. Got a signing in Texas. A couple of them in Texas, Long Beach. And then I got another one in Reno as well. So those are
Hey,
always fun, trying to get orders filled. Funny enough, that do want to, eventually start a signing agency. It can be rough in the beginning. Just trying to find a notary that's trusted who can do these things for you. But yeah, it's fun, man. Yeah, just trying to get these orders filled. But other than that, how about you? How's everything going on your side?
everything's been going pretty good. Just wrapped up May, going into June, getting ready for June. It's Father's Day. We got weddings, so we're getting into like the nice peak of like wedding season. Very exciting.
Yeah. Father's Day is right around the corner, y'all. Our day is finally coming.
Yes, yes. Shout out to all the fathers for Father's Day. Just an early shout out, I'm sure. It's
Yeah,
gonna be exciting to celebrate y'all.
yeah, we need that, yeah, because we all go all out for the moms. Flowers at work, dinners, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Father's Day. Uh,
Yeah.
any new weddings coming up?
Yeah, we have one on Sunday. We have a nice elopement in the Princeton University Botanical Gardens. So that's a first for me. Super excited. I love finding places that are like free or low cost, because then when other couples come to you looking for an elopement, you can kind of be able to give them some ideas about where to go that's kind of within their budget. So always love being a resource. So we love finding those like little gems that's sprinkled around New Jersey.
All right, all right. Uh, I was gonna say, still haven't. Again, I go back and forth with the weddings, man. I wasn't every time I listen, every time I hear you talk, it's like, man, I'm gonna get into it, but then
Just do one.
always,
Just do one.
yeah. I remember I had with my guy Juwan. Shout out to Juwan. He had posted his signing not the signing, but his wedding. He had I think a wedding job.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, we got to find someone. Well, I need you to do it. So.
Right. Like why can't you just do it? Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, my bad. But yeah, it was I'm just saying just do one. Just do one. I encourage everybody to just do one because it's so many different types out there. You could be in a venue, you could be in somebody's backyard, you can meet up at a library just to sign some papers, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and in California, don't you have that like the marriage confidentiality license, so like the ability to produce the marriage license, whereas here like they have to go to the county clerk. So there, they have like I think it's a certification you can take to
Mm-hmm.
become a marriage license producer. So
Yeah, I think it's only a couple of counties here in California that you can do that. So
mhm.
I remember Selena. If y'all know Selena, she's she's a wedding officiant as well. Shout out to
Yeah.
Selena and Ray.
Yes.
So when I was trying to get educated on like doing the marriage licenses, like Sacramento County doesn't do it, San Joaquin County doesn't do it. I'm not familiar with those counties, but down in
Yeah.
LA County, you can. I think LA County you can do it, like do the produce the marriage licenses. So, and I think that's like an extra bag too, right? If you're doing
Oh
those.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: so for wedding, is there like and this is something that I came across before. Is there like an organization? Like how we have like the Realtors Association, where we find out what's going on in the real estate market, listings and whatnot. Is there like an organization like that for like officiants, where they can learn more about deepening their knowledge for weddings, what the do's, the don'ts, the trends, the things of that nature?
So there's a couple different options.
Mhm.
There's a professional association. So there's like a international professional association for wedding officiants. That is a little bit more like when you've kind of, I think you have to have like over a certain amount of weddings and maybe like
Mhm.
some time doing the job. But then there's also Facebook groups. So there's ones that's like state specific, ones that are specific just to being a wedding officiant.
Mhm.
And then there's also like websites like Wedding Wire and the Knot or Wedding Pro. They have a lot of like good education. American Marriage Ministries. They have really good education there too. So if you're like trying to learn about it or trying to learn trends or how to use certain business tools or certain things like that, they have like a lot of good free resources in the library. It's like blogs, but it's really good information. And they also do webinars every single month, like a free webinar with you know industry professionals. So it's a lot of ways to get in there. But if you on a more this is your full time and you want to take in a lot of weddings, there are professional associations that you can join after you like put your reps in. But
Yeah,
if you want to do something free, I would say Facebook or get connected with like Wedding Wire, Wedding Pro, The Knot, stuff like that.
dope. That's dope. Yeah, the reason why I was asking that is because I came across organization or something like that. So if you're not familiar with our content, I talk about estate plan signings. That's my specialty. I love doing estate plan signings more than providing that service more than any other service out there. Just my favorite thing to do. But I found out there are organizations like that. Like for example, I've come across it's called something like the Estate Planning Council. And what it is, it's just like an organization, whether it's financial advisors, estate planning attorneys, just attorneys in general that may, even though they may practice estate planning, but it's not their core practice. And I found out there's organizations like this where they have these specific individuals, one who you would want to have probably as a referral partner, or there's someone who would be an ideal client, and they actually attend these type of they're part of these organizations. And within these organizations, they do what is like the same way like how we teach. They do the same exact stuff, but they're teaching you how, but they're teaching specifically about estate planning. So it's at a much deeper level. So talk about why you would need an estate plan, who will qualify for having one, uh, what you should do in a situation, what are some things that you can do to avoid probate. And I think like organizations like that are like very important to be a part of, because if you already like found your niche, obviously you want to be the best at that particular niche, and you want to deepen your knowledge. The deeper you go into the rabbit hole within that niche, the better off that you're going to be. So when you do have the opportunity, let's say you come across an attorney, someone that's an ideal client for you, when you're doing your elevator pitch, when you're doing your value proposition, you're able to showcase your knowledge behind providing this particular service, and then sharing your experience, and then just going over your experience of how you can handle those type of signings. I think that's going to make you look even more better. It's going to make you look better in your client's eyes, and they're going to trust in your ability to provide this service, not just for your clients, but for their clients as well. So I came across that. I came across them, I want to say a couple weeks ago. I want to say 2 weeks ago, I found out about the organization. And I had what's called like a one-on-one, like with a divorce attorney, and I found out she was a part of that organization as well. So
So
yeah, so usually when you find out something about a particular event and you hear about it for someone you may be talking to me, I think those are like signs. Like I don't ignore signs. When I hear about a particular organization or event like more than once, that's like a signal to me. It's like, okay, I'm being told about this for a particular reason. It's up to me like follow heed and then find out more about this and see where it goes from there. So for you out there, if you found your niche and you want to be the best at that niche and you want to get deeper into that rabbit hole and be better than everyone else, definitely put yourself in those rooms, put yourself in those environments. You just never know what's going to be there from just being in attendance or just being in front of those people.
nah, that's super dope. And then I'm thinking about it as well, like you can leverage that in so many different ways. It's the connections, it's the motivation of being in that room, it's the education you're getting, it's the way that you can use that education to like market to like your clients and your customer base. And
Yeah.
so it's just like I feel like people underestimate like leveraging like Facebook groups in that same way.
Yeah.
So that's different from being in like a professional, you know what I'm saying, like educational space. Like you can kind of do the same thing with Facebook groups. You can get information the same way people go to like ask the public about like, what are people like searching for. You can go into these Facebook groups and see what people are searching for, see the kind of questions that they're asking, and kind of tailor your marketing, your messaging to like answer those questions kind of before people are even asking them. That's a cheat code, but really it's a good opportunity.
No, that's a real cheat code. Just being, like you said, just being in a professional setting, like that's just a cheat code for you alone. Like obviously, being a part of Facebook groups are cool. It just depends on what obviously the Facebook group. It just depends on which group you're in, right? Because we got the snooties out there that don't want to see you win. I can go on and on about that. I'm not even going to the snooties, but it's important to be in those professional settings because you want to know how to be able to handle those situations. Like I get phone calls all the time. Like I give you a great example, right? We do hospital signings. We go to hospice and nursing care, and what are the typical documents that need notarized? Either a power of attorney, a last will, or advanced healthcare directive. And more times than not, where are they getting those documents from? They're getting those documents from online. So privy to me, like having the knowledge, just basically, like I was talking to an attorney recently, and they were saying like the best way to like refer us is if you have clients and somebody getting their documents from online, that's great referrals because typically those documents are not drawn up properly, they're not state compliant, or they're not complying with as far as like what the bank needs. And in the power of attorney, if you go to the bank and you find out the documents were drawn online, they don't have witnesses, it wasn't signed properly. Like those like you want to actually know that stuff ahead of time, right? If you're not in the right rooms, you're not in the right environments where you can get privy to that information, when you get the phone call and you're able to elaborate and be able to explain the information in detail to your client and how you can further service them, and how then that's the just having that information on is going to help you be able to book more appointments as opposed to if you didn't know, then essentially you're going to be asked out and they're going to go in another direction. So can't put a price on putting yourself in the right environment. So just invest in it. Like just put the money up. Just be willing to invest in yourself. And I find a lot of times people talk the talk, but they don't want to actually like put their money where their mouth is, so they can actually get the tools that they need, to actually be successful in that space. And they turn around and it's like, well, they don't feel like they're where they should want to be, where they don't feel like they're where they should be at, in their business. A lot of it is really like not doing the work, like networking, not investing in yourself, not putting yourself in the right room so you can manifest. So you can manifest what you're trying to bring to life, right? So I think that leads us into, why. I think that leads us to a conversation where, just doing the work.
No, that's true. And I remember, shout out to Norma from Notary for Me. We had did an interview with her on Womenomics, and she spoke about like when you want to get that mentorship or you want to get to that next level and it has a price tag associated with it that you might not have right now. It's not saying that you can't do it. It's about like, gearing up and getting focused and like making sure that you put away money so that you're able to afford it. So if it's about, selling more of this, doing more of that, making more phone calls, doing more, notary jobs, whatever, you want to just like be motivated to put that money aside so you can still be able to pay for like whatever is going to level you up. So a lot of times we just like, whatever, bring it out of our minds. Like, all right, I can't afford that right now, so I guess I can't do it. The opportunity for me. It's like, it may not be for you right now, but you can find a way to make it available to you.
Yes, there's so many resources available to us. Resources for YouTube, social media. a lot of value. It's a ton of value out there. It's just doing the research, and you gotta be willing. You gotta be hungry for it too. You gotta be really like hungry to learn and be eager about seeking out that information. Because I mean, without it, I mean, it's only so much that you can do, right? You know, a lot of it too, man. It's just not being patient.
Yeah.
Most don't want things to happen so fast. Social media done messed up the game, man. It messed up the game for a lot of people. Man.
People always say that.
They do, man. They got people thinking that things happen fast. It doesn't really happen that way. Like, I mean, for some people, there's people that they hit the ground running, and then there's some people that's late bloomers. But typically, it doesn't happen overnight. Like I said, I didn't in October. October will be 6 years. No, it'll be November. It'll be 6 years since I've been in this business, and nothing for me has happened overnight. Like the success that I'm starting to see now, what I consider a success, be able to have clients, be able to like have days where I have 4 or 5 appointments in a day, I had $1,000 day, $100 days. To me, that's a success. I didn't start off with that. I didn't start off with that. Like I started off trying to like sign up with every single signing service there is. Just like now, like I kid you not.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, humble beginnings. Like I used to be like, if I got a signing for $75 or $80, like I was happy to get that. I was happy to get that, man. So to be at a point now where, like, if I don't have a signing service that reach out to me for a signing, like I'm cool with that. I mean, it doesn't hurt because I have my own, but it didn't happen overnight for me. That's the main point. Right? It takes a lot of patience, being told no, and also too, man, you just gotta have a clear strategy. Sometimes people don't have clarity in what it is that they're trying to do. I think a lot of times they like for instance, they hear something about things. They hear you say, "Oh, I did so and so winning. This is how much I made." Obviously, just hearing the numbers gonna get you excited, but if you don't have a why or a clear plan on how you're gonna get to that point, it's gonna be really hard for you to sustain those. It's gonna be really hard for you to have those days that is going in your favor, and you just gonna be hard for you to see it through because you're doing it for all the wrong reasons and not for the right reasons. So, you gotta be patient. You gotta see these things through and let things play out. But, that's just my 2 cents.
I mean, yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. I would also say that I like the idea of like be patient, but they always talk about like success, like love speed. And it's like be patient, but also kind of keep your foot on the gas a little bit because I feel like when you start to slow down, like you really run a risk of like slowing all the way down, and then now you're like reaching out for someone to like kind of like help start you back up again with a little,
right. Someone to save you. That's what they want.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Yes.
They want to be saved. No one can save you. No one can save you. Let me say that right now. No one can save you.
It's right, and it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's that people trying to save themselves. Like they literally don't got time to save you because they're trying to save themselves. So it's never like a slight to a person, but it's like, bro, you gotta buck up. Like you gotta stand 10 toes down and like get on your own feet. Even if you gotta, start over, pivot, whatever you feel like you need to do, but you just you gotta keep going. Whether you tread lightly or full speed, you just gotta keep going.
Yeah, you gotta be able to. I mean, you got to be able to take the. I mean, you got to accept everything that's good and bad with it. You got to accept it. You're gonna take a lot more L's than you get W's. I think not just in the notary industry, but any industry that you're gonna be a part of in general. So, I mean, yeah, no one's coming to save you. I mean, you can bet that. Only thing you can really do. The best thing I would say for people to do, like if you like watching this and you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. Obviously, being a part of the right environments, get surrounding yourself with the right people that's going in the direction of where you want to go to. Obviously, taking out the time to actually go out and talk to people. And there's more than one way to skin a cat too. I want to talk about that. As far as like marketing goes, people think there's just like one particular way that you're supposed to do things. And I would say it's more than one way you can do it. But you also want to find something that you want to find something that's in alignment with you personally. So I give you an example. Cold calling. Cold calling is something that people don't want to do. If you don't want to call, by all means, you don't call. If you can send emails or something. You're like cold calling.
Because
like for me, I'm not a person I like to cold call, but if I have to do it, then by all means, I gotta do what I gotta do, right? But that's just me personally. And if you don't want to do cold calling, that's fine. Send emails. You can send postcards. You can do join networking meetings, groups. You can do what is called creating referral partnerships. If you're not familiar with that, creating a referral partnership is, let's say, for example, I'm a notary. Here is a wedding officiant. Let's say we have a referral partnership to where if someone comes to me and they say, hey, I'm getting married, I'm looking for an officiant. I know her. I know Tiara, she's a wedding officiant. I'm going to send that referral to her. If she knows someone that's setting up an estate planning, I'm just saying that she wasn't a notary, but if she knows someone that needs an estate plan sign, needs to find a notary for an estate plan signing, she knows that I do it, she probably keep me top of mind. That's just an example of creating a referral partnership. So it's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Leveraging Google, whether you want to how your Google page set up or you want to run ads, social media. I say that to say there's more than one way to skin a cat. So you got to find ways to you got to find a way not to give yourself an excuse and not accepting things for face value. So I don't know if you want to add to that. Other ways other people can get business and just instead of just moping around and just woe is me. I come across that.
I mean, definitely. I feel like we talk about it a lot. It's so much digital real estate out here. So many ways that your business can pop up, and so many ways that you can educate yourself and leverage, SEO, and never have to actually talk to someone unless they're engaging with, wanting to have your services. So, I mean, even for me as an officiant, there's so many ways that I can market myself. Of course, we have social media. There's like at least 4 to 5 platforms. We still have YouTube. We still have Pinterest. We still have Facebook groups, Facebook Marketplace. We still have online directories, officiant-based directories. And then they even go so close down into like being niches, being state specific, being of a certain type of, like if you are you're interested in dressing up for weddings, like there's literally a website for people who want that and who are looking for that and who may be in your state, and now they're on this directory and they see you and you're like the only person in the state that they identify with. So it's so many opportunities that you can do it. You can pay for ads. Don't pay for ads, but you can pay for ads. You know what I'm saying? Like right now I'm on the organic route and I love it here. Sidebar, I will say I do have I'm in this Fellowship for Change program, so I do have an advertisement on Wedding Wire and the Not for free because it's a part of the program. Shout out to the perks. But for the most part, like all of my stuff, like I shut down Thumbtack. I'm not on Thumbtack anymore. I just keep temporarily disabling it because I'm sick of y'all. Like I'm sick of y'all taking my money. I'm over it. And another sidebar, I did actually pay for Wedding Wire and Not my first year. So I spent $3,000 of my own money because I was in there with them for a year. And like I paid my dues. Like I get my reparations, give me my year free. But I did pay into it and it put me where I'm at now. So I will say there's ways you can do it unpaid, ways that you can pay for it, and it's just really being consistent, and you can be as present as you want to because like I said, it's so much digital real estate out there that somebody Googles your business, you can show up on like 30 or 40 different pages, and it just all adds to the legitimacy if the information and the brand is consistent throughout.
Imagine if you didn't make that investment. Now, just listen to that. Someone listen to that and be like, ooh, I don't know if I can make that. I don't know if I can make that investment, right? But I always think about what happens if I don't do this, right? So you got your business in mind, right? $3,000 investment, you probably made 2 times that, 3 times, 5x that. I'm probably going to make a lot more down the line just from making that investment. So it's a lot of opportunities out here. You just got to be willing to make that investment in yourself and keep in mind what happens if you don't do this. You look at it from that perspective, you know, that would definitely change the way you do things, especially in business.
And it's not that it's not going to happen. It's just it's going to take longer for it to happen. Like
Yeah.
that's all. That's really all that means.
Yeah. I think people want things to happen, like they want things to happen like right away, and it doesn't happen that way. Yeah, I gotta disagree with you on the ads. I am paying for organic ads. Okay, hey, I mean, sometimes you gotta pay to play, man.
It's true. Yes, you do. If it work, it works. You just don't want to be, blowing money out. You already know. I had my Yelp story, and that was like I was burned. Yeah, I was burned after that. I was like, oh, F this. But I feel like if you find some education and you try it out and you're seeing some reward from it, of course you want to double down and see, how much you can milk the cow. But definitely, if you're losing money, you're not even breaking even. Don't. And I know that like paying for stuff is very scary when you first start out because you're like, I'm trying to make money. How the heck you asking me to pay money? But you really do have to think about it and like that broader context. It's like even with Thumbtack, yeah, you may be paying whatever, maybe $25 for a lead, but you're charging a couple or you're profiting, a nice $250 to $350. Or yes, you're going into this contract for 12 months. That's $250. But if you book at least one wedding through these two platforms for $350, you broke even and made a little something. So you know what I mean? It's like you just got to think about it in a bigger. People be like, that 3,000 is scary, but I can make more than $250 a month. So that's fine. We can work it out.
No, that's a fact. Yeah, Thumbtack, I still use it. My thing is, so back like when I was using it in the beginning, I was kind of like using like that's my main thing, like using that as the main thing along with other platforms. Nowadays, I don't use it like that's my sole platform. I leave it on, but I'm like you, I will turn it off depending on like if I go through like if I have a moment like if I have like a moment where I'm just responding to people and it's responding to me at all and I'm losing out, then yeah, I will turn it off. But I will leave it on because my thing is I'm looking for a particular client. Because a couple of times I still have clients that I work with to this day. And they tell me income tax. But for that sole reason, I will leave it open. But like I said, it's just an option for you to have. But I do understand people that are like, I don't want to use it at all. It's blah blah blah. Like I get it.
Yeah, for me, I'm like tripping the fat. It's like if I don't have to put out any money for leads, like why should I? Kinda. And let's see if I don't have to. But then also, I'm not going to delete it because it's like I still have photos on there, I still have reviews on there, and it still pops up with my business, so it still adds to, my legitimacy online. But now I will absolutely. What's the longest? How many days? 30. Give me the 30 days, and I'll see you in 30 more days, so I can add 30 more days. I'm not turning.
If you can do it organically, I mean that's even better. I don't got to pay for leads, and I can just having a relationship, and networking. Yeah, by all means do that. But I always like to say, man, look, if you having a tough time like building momentum, I say put some money up front. That way you can get some phone calls. Because all you need is some phone calls. I think that's what. Even if you're not booking the appointment. You just want to know if people know you exist. Like you just want to get some exposure. So I think if you get the exposure and you get those phone calls, someone is going to book. Someone is going to end up booking with you. And I think a lot of times you just need one or two appointments to build that momentum, and you be good. You get there.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if we had anything else to add. I would just say in summary, it doesn't happen overnight, especially for notaries. It does not happen overnight. You just got to be patient, trust your plan, start switching up, start ripping and turning up your plan every 5 minutes, and it doesn't go your way. Just give it some time and watch how your business grows. So that's what I have to say.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to double down on that one. Give it some time. See how you like it. It's funny because I was talking yesterday about finding like a niche that is in like alignment with your personality. So like for me, bubbly, joyful, happy. So being a wedding officiant is right up my alley. You know, Corinne's very analytical, so a apostille coordinator is right up her alley. And I feel like you definitely fit like the estate plan aesthetic. So it's something about finding your niche that like once you do, you really can like dominate that lane. You create your own like business. You create your own name for it, and then you kind of just keep going.
Yeah, once you find your niche, it feels like a whole new confidence that flows through you. Like that's like as far as business goes. When you find your niche, because for a long time I didn't have a niche. I was just out here, just like, yo, I take I take any signing, man. Help me out, please. I need something. Loan signing, because for a long time, but I mean, for the longest time, the only thing I knew was loan signing. So once you again, you know, being a part of different environments and being exposed to other opportunities within the industry, it's not notary services. And it's like, okay, there's other things that I can do outside of this, but I feel like this lane is just crowded. It's oversaturated. Now, the notary industry isn't saturated, isn't oversaturated, but there are particular niches are just like, yo, can you back up? Can I get some elbow room? It gets that bad. So, if it's estate plan signings, that niche is wide open. Job attorneys, that lane is wide open. Weddings, apostilles, it's open. You just got to be willing to get into that lane and learn about the space and go from there. So, give some time, man. It'll work out. What you got coming up? What you got coming down the line? Any workshops? Do we got any wedding socials? What's up?
I think we might do. I don't know if we're going to do virtual or we're going to go outside for June. I feel like Jersey has been giving it up some really good weather, so maybe we'll go outside. But yeah, we might do something like that. But yes, we chilling over here. It's wedding season. Like I'm sorry, it get busy. Yeah.
What's the time frame for like wedding season?
So wedding season pretty much peaks, I would say, like June to October. October is the most popular month. May is kind of the beginning of it, but it's also like still spring, still rainy season, so you won't have as many. But like I would say June to October is like the most.
Okay, we're right around the corner.
Yeah, literally.
I had a kind of wedding first. Hopefully, virtually. Whenever you and Laura do the next one, hopefully virtually. I got to be in the tennis for one for my trip because I think I missed out on a couple of my first trip.
Yeah. Well, no, we only have one virtual one so far.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, the next virtual one I'm in
there.
Yeah. We got coming up, man. We got the estate plan sign, especially workshop coming up. It's been a minute since I did a free workshop, so I had some people ask me about it. So it's like, we're gonna bring that back. That'll be June 8th. That'll be on the 8th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to learn how to be a part of these estate plan signings, you want to learn how to get familiar yourself with these documents and get familiar with, in general, just how to get this thing set up so you can start getting more estate plan signings. Hit the link. It could be treatistamps.com. Go to treatistamps.com and click that link and then just register your spot, and we're gonna have you all set to go. So click one of these estate plan signings. Other than that, we appreciate y'all for being in attendance with us. Get some of this notary motivation. So for y'all out there, things not going your way, don't feel bad. It's all a part of the process. Stay patient, diligent, study, and keep learning. Things will turn the corner for you. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Otherwise, peace. Until next time.